We got the Charleston White concert, well, not concert, live show here in Detroit on, I'm going to put the link in the description after the show today, on June 9th. June 9th, we got the Charleston White show here in Detroit. One night only. We got multiple different comedians. It's going to be an absolutely great time. I'm going to be there. And if you guys do not get your tickets from the link that I'm going to put in the description after the show, you guys are going to be missing out. So make sure that you tap in. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. I dropped 2 videos over the weekend. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Share this with your friends and family. Let's get it popping. All right. So Gilbert Arenas, right? One of the reasons I like to take Gilbert Arenas' opinion into this whole conversation is because I think that Gilbert Arenas is incredibly entertaining, right? Listening to him and his breakdowns when it comes to basketball, also his ability to be able to finesse. You know, black people is all about the finesse, right? His ability to be able to finesse the Washington Wizards. He's talked about his contracts. But more importantly, Gilbert Arenas, I was about to say Ja Morant. Gilbert Arenas is a reflection of the black community in a larger sense, right? Because he had everything. He got taken through the ringer visibly from his baby mamas. You know, we love baby mamas as black men. He got suspended, missed out on a bunch of money as a result of bringing a gun inside of the locker room. A lot of people forgot about that, right? But Gilbert Arenas had some thoughts on his own platform based off of what it is that he's seeing from Ja.
Let's go back to Ja for a second. What advice would you give Ja now that he hasn't made this All-NBA team, now that his character has been called into question by the people that are responsible and have control over him getting his bag?
But I told you this is going to happen.
Yeah.
I said this is going to happen. So he has the most important summer of this man's career is this summer. He better lock himself in the gym, in the house.
What you say you need to do?
Huh?
This was being communicated before. This was being communicated before Ja Morant ever caught this new L. Ever before Ja Morant caught this new L. This is what Gilbert Arenas was saying right before it happened.
Yep. Cut them drip. Come back next year. Yes.
See, I'm gonna go.
Yes.
I'm
Turn back into Demetrius.
I'm gonna go a different. Like y'all said, I'm gonna.
Hold on. When I went and looked at the comments, you know what people was feeling a certain type of way about? Of all of the advice that Gilbert Arenas was giving. Now, these is OGs. Gilbert Arenas said, listen, you need to go in the gym, cut your hair, start being more presentable so it is that you can get to that bag. No, Ja don't want to be Kobe. Ja want to be Ja. Ja want to be Ja. People was feeling, listen, I told the young bull to, on the other one, I said, yo, you need to cut your hair, homie. Look more presentable. What we here for if it ain't to get to the bag? You can do whatever the fuck you want to do once you get that enough money to be able to make your own decisions. What we talking about?
Go a different approach. So like my kid's older than y'all, so I'm a father, and I think that way. Like, I don't know T's real name, but T need to fucking become whatever was on his birth certificate as a father, and that's what needs to fucking happen.
Yeah. Put that nigga in
To
the
be
suites.
honest with you.
Put him in the suites.
To be honest with you, listen, come here, bro. I need to talk to you. Me and you need to have real heart-to-heart now. No.
We ain't have
No.
We ain't have
I don't think it had nothing to do with his father. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't think it has anything to do with his father. I don't think his father is a part of this conversation. That's a grown man. I was telling I went out for Mother's Day, and it was me and Rita and my daughter, and we was sitting at PF Chang's, and well, actually it was the day before Mother's Day, and then I took her shopping yesterday. And Rita asked me, she said, Anton, and Leslie was sitting there, and she said, what would have been different? What would have been the difference if you would have had a son? How do you think that you would have operated differently? Because Leslie, although we push her, and she's really great in Taekwondo and all of that other type of stuff, that's my baby, right? And so she's largely up under her mother for the majority of the time in order to learn how to really become a woman. She learns how to cook, she learns how to clean, she does the dishes. Sometimes we don't even allow her to use the dishwasher. We make her do them by hand so that she can understand when she cleans. A lot of time her mother is there to show her, hey, listen, you got to get up under that toilet. You got to get behind the thing, so on and so forth, right? And we have people that come in and clean the house, but she specifically deals with her because she doesn't want her to get too far removed from the core of what it takes in order to be a woman. And so when they asked me that question, they said, Anton, how would you move differently when it comes to if you would have had a son instead of a daughter? Because I went and got a vasectomy right after because I understood that I only wanted to pour the majority of my resources into my child, and I didn't want to separate resources, especially when it comes to how much it takes to raise a child in 2000 and whatever and beyond, right? And I said I would have raised them the same way that my father raised me. And she said, how was that? I would have let him fail. No, you're not getting a car on your 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, or 21st birthday. You can't have one because you're not going to appreciate it. And you're not going to understand what it takes in order to be a man. And when my father would deal with me, my mom would shut the hell up because, and I would be like, yo, mom, but you understand what I'm going through. And she would just be quiet. And I would be looking at her like, and this is with me when I was really young. And I would be looking at her like, wait, what? You ain't hear me? I just had that conversation with you. You ain't tell my dad? And my dad was like, she can't save you. She can't save you. And I didn't understand what he was teaching me at the time. But he was letting me go through it. And he was letting me figure it out. And he was letting me fail. Because he understood that failing in a controlled environment then would prevent me from being able to fail and going to jail and finding myself in some dumbass shit later. When he seen me get fired from my job, my first job, he was just like, figure that shit out. I said, yo, Dad, that car is over there and it's for sale and I'm short like $600. I got this many thousands of dollars saved up. I need $600 more. And he was like, you got to go and find it. I said, well, can you pull over so I can talk to the guy and see if I can negotiate a deal with him? He was like, yeah, I'll pull over. He pulled over, and that was when I bought my 86 Buick Regal. I told the guy, I said, listen, man, I'll give you everything I got right now, and I'll give you some collateral or whatever. And then I'm going to come back in 2 weeks and be able to give you this other $600. And the guy was like, all right, cool. He didn't loan me the money. He had the money. He didn't give me no money. He pulled over and was like, hey, you can go and talk to him and see what it is that he going to say. But if you can't buy the car, then it must not be for you because you got to earn it. And I loved that car. I put everything I had in that car and I took care of it. And it gave me a sense of appreciation going forward. And when I see a lot of guys babying a kid just because they think, oh, you're my boo-boo and you're my baby. And they mamas get in the way and they fathers is feminine like the mama, and the father is letting the mama raise him and all of this other type of stuff, and he don't even know how to stand up when he pee. Every time he sit down, he pee. That's the only time he pee, when he sit down. And then keep on making excuses saying, well, I don't want to leave the toilet seat up because of my girl. No, y'all both sit down when y'all pee. So y'all both sit down when y'all pee. That's really all that comes down to it. And so when you get to a certain age, read over there cracking up. Your father can't save you. Your father ain't the one that's picking his friends. Your father is not the one your father can't save you. You should have been taught these lessons instead of being pampered your entire life. It wasn't just about private school. It wasn't just about the environment. It was the hard lessons that came along with being a man. And so now you know how to lead your family. You know what it takes in order to suffer. You know that ain't nobody coming to save you. You're making decisions not expecting to be in the Victim Olympics. You standing up for what it is that you believe based off of the principles that you were taught and the life experiences, and you were failing in controlled environments so that you wouldn't have to suffer later. Because the one thing I know about God, and two things is for certain, you can't skip steps. You can't skip steps to success. Just is what it is. Either you're going to have to repeat the lesson over and over and over and over and over and over again until you get it. Otherwise, when you skip steps, then you find out that it's going to be worse off than it was before you had skipped that step if you had to learn the lesson because you're not truly prepared for what it takes in order to be successful. That's how you find yourself divorced. That's how you find yourself a baby daddy. That's how you find yourself getting fired from your jobs. That's how you find yourself begging somebody else for reparations, asking somebody for a handout in order for you to be able to fix yourself. Oh, I don't care if you don't like it. I don't care if you don't like it. The only thing that matters is the results.
No. And whatever he get from that no, because it has to start there, dog. Because he ain't gonna listen to his peers, they look up to him. Yeah. The guys on his team, he the star. His homeboys, he the star. Ain't no veterans on that team to go in there and be.
Yeah, he got a bunch of guys that look up to him, got a lot of yes men.
His head coach ain't never played.
Yeah. We talked
like
about
it's
it.
certain.
Yeah. Everybody in the organization, even the owner's young.
Yeah. Just think about it, man. Yeah. So therefore, it has to come from his
Pops. We talked about the LeVar effect and how, you know, when he coming in with how he wanted his sons to be in the league and that everybody embraced that shit. But this is the same shit. Where's T at? T, you the pops.
You know what the funniest thing about that is? LeVar's sons is rebellious too. They be mad at their daddy. They be talking shit behind the scenes. He said, don't get no tattoos. All of the motherfuckers look like they came straight out of prison with all of their tattoos. They don't be listening to him. They ain't checking for him. At the end of the day, they ain't checking for him. He gave them a blueprint. They was like, we got our own blueprint. You give them the thing that they need early as far as the foundation of what's going to set them apart. And why is every dude looking for another dude to be able to save them? Why is every dude looking for his coaches need to save him? His locker room, his teammates, his friends, his peers, you going to have to stand on your own, big dog. When you going to be able to stand up and pee on your own? Oh, they didn't ever teach you how to pee standing up? Okay, let's continue then.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
in the lobby.
You gotta, you know what I'm saying? But
then again,
it's still on Ja, though.
Trying to be a homeboy.
That's why I said for him himself, cut his hair, right? Get a security team. Have at least 3 women as part of that crew.
And they wonder why I'm always rolling around with women. Explain it to them, Gil.
Right? So it don't look thuggish.
Right.
Right? Like Kobe did. Kobe's main security guard was a woman. That big Asian woman who sat outside his door.
Yeah.
Right? Right? Get some females so if anything happens, they're less aggressive. They think.
They think.
Right? So
Anton is crazy because he always wrote, whenever you see me pull up to the Patreon meetup, whenever you see me pull up to an event, whenever you see me out in the streets, I'm surrounded by women. That's all I got around me. Whenever you see me at the Lapeef event, whatever you see me surrounded by women. It's a reason for that. Well, y'all don't want to hear that. That's maybe for another show. I'll break that down. Let's continue.
When people seeing you walk around, you don't look like a thug. You just look like you're being protected. You start having big old goons and
different energy.
Try not to be seen all summer. All that dancing and videos everywhere. That was cool. It was fun then. The gritty. It was
gritty your ass in the gym. Ain't nobody need to see it.
Like like he was just at Overtime Elite, right? Him, his daughter, his pops, they dancing. Like it's cool around the kids, but from the optics, everyone's looking like it don't look like you learned anything.
Let me ask
so
you
you
this.
can't get in. You cannot be seen or get in trouble at all. Not a speeding ticket, not a jaywalking ticket.
You can't be seen in Vegas at the pool party. You got nothing.
And right after that, Ja Morant was in the car with his pistol like this. With a bunch of dudes. Listen, he did. Ja Morant literally did the exact opposite of every single thing that Gilbert Arenas said in this video. He was surrounded by a bunch of men out in the streets with a pistol doing things that he wasn't supposed to do around people that he wasn't supposed to be with in the first place. Now, call that crazy. Call me crazy. Right after that, his homie was on a live. You're not even supposed to be seen hanging out with these people. You're not even supposed to be out with these people in the first place. What are you doing? Right after that, he did the exact opposite of every single thing that Gilbert Arenas literally just described. Even all the way up to the fact that he still got them stupid colored hair.
And bro, like this is.
So what?
Or this gonna happen next year.
What does that do to his brand?
Which one?
The brand he was trying to build.
If he listening to me, he gonna shoot back up.
So what about like
the way he's going right now? His brand is gonna tank.
His advice that he's getting as far as from the PR side, they're gonna keep trying to push him into the light, but in a way where he's not being seen like he's doing dumb shit. Like, how does he use that? Where he know he needs to be seen, he need to be at OT dancing with his daughter, but he don't need to be like, you know.
No, that's still the same image he already has.
That's what I'm saying. So
He's saying what should he do?
Cut his hair, right? Cut his hair. Get rid of the dread look.
but he still got to be in the public.
No, he don't. That's the worst thing for him right now. Because while he's in the public, he's gonna still be doing the same thing they've already labeled him as.
Facts.
So that's the one thing he don't want to see. We want to be able to see him.
How can he change it?
What about his relevance?
public appearances?
His relevance.
No.
So what could he do?
Go to
change
group
his public-
homes, visit kids, kiss some babies.
Listen,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He got to stay relevant somehow.
You can still be in the public eye without
Yeah,
doing all that.
Just doing shit.
Hold on. When Kobe was getting in that trouble, that next
He was gone. Kobe was nowhere to be seen. When Kobe was getting in trouble, and I haven't even seen this part of the video, I only seen it up to that previous part. And when Kobe was getting in trouble, Kobe was out of the limelight. Why do y'all feel like y'all need to be in the spotlight even when you're not? Even when you're not on the court? You don't get enough shine when you're on the court? You don't got enough Instagram followers yet? Why do y'all feel like y'all have to? Y'all have to be in the spotlight 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I don't even live stream every day. I used to live stream 6 days a week. I took it down to 5. On the weekends, unless you see me jump on Fight Club for about an hour or so, you don't even see me. You don't even see me. I'll be out with my daughter. I'll be out with my... Man, I'm not trying to be out here visible for every single moment of my life. I'm trying to give you what it is that you need in order to be successful. Continue to build the brand and then stay out of trouble. You don't fumble the bag by giving it away.
summer, when did we see him? Training camp.
We never seen Kobe.
So the relevance is when he plays.
October.
So he comes back. Think about this. If nobody sees this man until training camp next year, and he got a nice ass fade haircut, what do you think October looks like for him?
Great.
Ja cut his hair. That's running fucking everywhere.
Yeah. But that's also
That's
a guy who
running
lost everything.
everywhere.
That's somebody.
So I agree with Gil. I agree at 100%. I think that Gil needs to make sure that he somehow, some way get on this dude's PR team so that he can mentor him and add some value into this young man's life, because obviously whoever it is that he hanging with is not best for him. They don't have his best interest at heart. They're not going to do anything to add any value into him, and he need to completely ditch whatever it is that he had going on so that he can make a more informed decision on a daily basis. Otherwise, this man is going to continuously fumble the bag, mess up everything that his father put into him, and it's going to go bad for him. It's going to go absolutely, positively bad for him, and I'm not a fan of what it is that I see happening right now. And I think that it's going to continue to be bad for him. So